Okay, so this is the overview video for this graph of the week. Sorry, Jerry's shaking, which is about music. So there's two figures, and I label them figure 1 and figure 2. So whenever it says, what is the topic of figure 1, that's referring to the top graph, and then figure 2 is the bottom graph. So a couple things going on in these graphs. The first one, the title is the world's most popular music streaming services with the most subscribers as of November 2019. So this data is from about, actually it's from a couple months ago, so it's pretty recent. It's been put out by Statista, that's a company that makes a lot of these really nice looking graphs. And you can kind of see a lot of different things. There's 100 million subscribers to Spotify. Globally, Pandora's in the US, 63.1 million. And then it kind of goes down from there. So I think that graph's honestly not that hard to read. And you guys can tell me the topic of that graph and get some observations from that on your own. Then the second graph, it says from tape deck to title, 30 years of U.S. music sales. And it says U.S. recorded music revenues from 1980 to 2019 by format, and it's been adjusted for inflation. So if you look at all the different colors, there's 8 tracks. That was a kind of tape. I honestly don't know much about 8-track tapes. Then vinyl, those are records. Cassettes, I don't know if you guys ever had like tape cassettes as kids, but we had those when I was a child. CDs, downloads, ringtones, streaming, and then others. So as you can kind of see, it starts in 1980, and then it goes all the way to 2019. And I think this graph really has a lot of cool stuff going on it. So you can kind of see like originally 8-track tapes were being sold in 1980, and vinyl and cassettes. And then you can kind of see over time how vinyl went down in sales and it turned over to cassettes. And then cassettes went down in sales and it went up to CDs. So there's just kind of a lot of cool stuff going on. I think one thing you could do is say like, hey, in 2010, these 4 types of music were most common. So CDs, downloads, ringtones, and streaming. So that's kind of, I just think it's a really cool graph about some of the different ways that music has sold and kind of how people are buying it. So now, I mean, you don't really even buy music. You buy a SoundCloud subscription or not SoundCloud, Spotify. You just get SoundCloud for free. But back in the day, you would really go out and buy a CD, go out and buy a record, go out and buy an 8-track tape. So things have definitely changed. But also you can talk about sort of the height of CD sales or the height of music sales in general was 1999 with 22.4 billion sales, so that's really interesting. There is a little asterisk next to streaming, and it says includes sound exchange payments to performers and copyright holders for digital and customized radio services. And then again, this is from Statista. So, all I need from you guys is just to tell me the topic of figure 1, the topic of figure 2, and where you can see these graphs in real life, and then 7 observations. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. Please, please, please cut this out, put it on one of your next blank pages, and add it to your table of contents. And then if we need to talk about this more on Monday, we can. Hope you're being good. Thanks.